All right, let's talk about it. You've got this amazing idea for a custom AI, but then you hit a wall, right? All that jargon. Well, today we're going to cut right through that noise. Think of this as the start of your quest to build your very first custom GPT.
Yeah, it's a super common feeling. You see exactly what you want to build, but then you hear words like vector embeddings or agentic workflows, and it just feels like this huge barrier, designed to be confusing. But here's the thing. It's really not as complicated as it sounds, I promise.
So, in this explainer, we're going to give you the map. We are going to demystify the just four core concepts you absolutely need to know to get started. This is your builder's toolkit for the quest ahead. Okay, first things first. To make our AI smart about a specific topic, we have to give it some specialized knowledge. This is where we plug in its second brain, which is all about a little something called a vector store. All right, let's just dive right in. What is a vector store? I mean, you're probably hearing this term pop up everywhere, and for really good reason. It is, and I'm not kidding, the foundation for pretty much every powerful custom AI out there today. Okay, at its heart, a vector store is just a special kind of database. But here's the key difference. A normal database looks for exact keyword matches, right? You search Apple, you get Apple. A vector store, though, it searches for meaning. It's smart enough to know that fruit, orchard, and even iPhone could all be related to Apple, just in totally different ways. So here's the best way to think about it. Imagine you're building an AI that's a total expert on, say, ancient Rome. That vector store, that's its own personal, super smart library on the subject. When you ask it a question, it doesn't just do a keyword search. Nope. It goes into that library and finds the passages that are the most contextually relevant, the ones that really answer the spirit of your question. It's the AI's secret weapon, its expert knowledge. Okay, so our AI has its library, its second brain. Awesome. But now we need to assemble the team that's actually going to use all that knowledge. And this is where we need to get clear on the difference between three key players: the model, the agent, and the assistant. Let's just break this down super simply. Think of the model, like GPT-4, as the brain. It's the core intelligence. It understands language, it thinks, it comes up with ideas. But a brain on its own can't really do anything in the real world, right? That's where the agent comes in. The agent is the hands. This is the part that can actually take action. It can browse the web, run a piece of code, or go fetch information from that vector store we just talked about. And then you've got the assistant. The assistant is the concierge. It's the friendly face, the chat window you talk to. It takes your request and then coordinates the brain and the hands to make it all happen. You absolutely need all three working together. All right, so we've got the concepts down. We've got the brain, the hands, and the special library. But what about the how? What does it actually look like to go from a simple idea scribbled on a napkin to a real working AI? Yeah, and this is the part that I think scares a lot of people off. That phrase, building from scratch. It just sounds so intimidating, like you need a PhD in computer science. But honestly, the reality today, it's so much more accessible. It's really less about writing crazy complex code and more about being clear and structured in your thinking. Believe it or not, the whole process really just boils down to 4 simple steps. Step 1, define a super clear, laser-focused goal. What's the one thing your AI is going to be amazing at? Step 2, gather the knowledge. This is where you collect all the documents and data for your vector store. 3, craft its instructions. This is where you give it a personality and set the rules of the game. And finally, and this is maybe the most crucial part, test and refine. You have to talk to it, poke it, see where it breaks, and make it better, over and over again. So, you've got a plan, you know the steps. Now you need to pick your tools, your builder's kit. And this brings us to a really practical question. Should you stick with free tools, or is it time to invest in a paid platform? Look, there is no magic one-size-fits-all answer here. The right tool for you depends completely on the ambition and the scale of your project. I mean, building a simple little assistant for yourself is a totally different ballgame than creating a commercial app that has to support thousands of people. So here's a pretty good rule of thumb. If you're just learning, just playing around with an idea, or building something just for you, then the free tools, like OpenAI's own GPT builder, are absolutely fantastic. They're perfect for getting your feet wet. But the second your project is for a business, or you need more advanced integrations, or you absolutely need it to be reliable and scalable, well, that's your cue to start looking at the more powerful, paid platforms. And there you have it. Those are really the 4 big ideas that take you from staring at a blank screen to having a working custom AI. So let's do a super quick recap of the essentials before you officially start your quest. Okay, so as you get ready to dive in and start building, just keep these 4 things in your back pocket. 1. Your AI's special knowledge needs a home, and that home is the vector store. 2. Your AI team has 3 players, the model, the agent, and the assistant, and they have to work together. 3. Building it isn't magic, it's a clear 4-step process. And 4. Choose your tools, free or paid, based on what you're actually trying to achieve. That's it. So, you have the map. We've demystified the jargon. Hopefully, that big scary wall is gone, and the path forward feels a whole lot clearer. There's really only one question left to ask, and it's the most exciting one. What are you going to build?